All right, we are joined in this segment and into the next by the Health Ranger, naturalnews.com. And he's got his Natural News Health Labs as well, where he tests different products out there. And he joins us to talk about an article that we had up on Infowars.com today that he wrote for naturalnews.com. Google robots, Kurzweil's AI, and why self-aware machines will inevitably seek to destroy humanity. And that's what all the other top scientists are saying, but they'll just squash us like a bug. And Kurzweil doesn't believe in God yet. He says he will become God. So I wanted to get Mike, who's a really good programmer and engineer in his own right, to get his take on where the architecture of this is going. Because it's not that I'm against computers. It's that all of them are having back doors built into them. Look at this article. California's smartphone kill switch proposal going nationwide. Lawmakers in Illinois have introduced a bill that gives the police a code they broadcast that turns everybody's smartphone off so you can't videotape or tweet. The smart meters have this. The cars have it. When they take three parents and make a, quote, humanoid, they admit it's not really a human. They can add whatever restrictions they want psychologically into it. We are in a Buck Rogers type event. So I want to get into the rise of the robots first, but what about the rise of nanotech, the rise of virus-based vaccines that change brain chemistry to make you more submissive? This isn't coming. This is here being tested on the troops. We are in 2014. Mike Adams.
Hey, Alex, great to be joining you again. Great intro. Very serious issues for the future of humankind. I think the rise of the robots, the two issues to really discuss here are the intentions of those like Google and Ray Kurzweil and others, but then there's the unintended consequences that are likely to emerge from this. On the intentional side, I think you and I would both agree that humans, long-term, from the globalist point of view, humans are replaceable by robots. They don't need humanity as much as we would hope. They want to develop robots to replace soldiers, to replace factory workers.
And they say that decision's been made.
Yes,
yeah.
Right. So that's deliberate. We know that's going to happen. But the unintended consequence is that these robots, which are going to have high-level advanced AI, Google has been buying up all these artificial intelligence, neural networking companies, there will be an intelligence explosion, and that's a term from the realm of artificial intelligence, to where these machines will outsmart, outthink, and outmaneuver human beings, and then take over and then decide that humans are the problem. Sounds like science fiction, but there are a lot of very highly intelligent people who are seriously writing about this, studying this issue, and trying to find ways to keep high AI, contained. And the conclusion is that you can't, because at some point they become more intelligent than even the smartest, most brilliant people. I mean, Ray Kurzweil is brilliant. He's a high IQ individual. No one can argue with that. But computers with AI can even exceed his intelligence and the intelligence of all humans combined. How are you going to contain that? The only rational conclusion is that you can't. So this is headed to a very dark time where we may be at war with the machines, Alex.
That's right. And if you read what Kurzweil's written, but not just Kurzweil, Bill Joy in Wired Magazine in April 2000, and really the compendium of their work, there's not debate about it. They've made the decision in an evolutionary way to advocate responsibility and just say whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And so they're in a race to whoever can create the life extension systems and for whoever can merge with machines the fastest. They say it's a foregone conclusion. It can't be stopped. So they've just given into it. Meanwhile, the general public has no idea this is even being prepared.
Well, exactly. And Ray Kurzweil just put out an interview, I guess a week ago, where he predicted that machines would be more intelligent than humans by the year 2029, I believe is what he said. That's not very far off. And this guy has a knack of being right about technology predictions. I hope he's
Well, that's
wrong.
also because we know in the government and corporate reservations, the technology's 30 to 40 years advanced. It's just in the development stage. They don't roll it out on us till way past beta.
That's right. Now, I've been reading this book by James Barat. It's called Our Final Invention. And just sort of plugging that book because it's an important read for humanity. This book really gets into the technical details of the intelligence explosion and even experiments that have been conducted to see if computers can outsmart humans and escape any kind of boundaries that scientists have tried to put on them. And in almost every case, the AI systems or simulated AI systems have escaped. So because we're interconnected, the world is networked, everything is driven by scripts. Look at the economy, look at Wall Street, look at the nuclear power plants. They're driven by computer code, and they're not secure. We've seen Stuxnet successfully invade nuclear power facilities already. China is in an information technology war. What if you have an entity that is highly intelligent, that is not human, it is robotic, it is a machine, that wants to declare war on humanity and that can break any code, that can beat any encryption? That's actually covered in another science fiction book called Demon by Daniel Suarez, which is a really great read, but also probably more nonfiction than fiction. So this is really
Well, if you look at the Skynet scenario, they've already got the autonomous drones. It's all launching. Humans are being taken out of the equation. And undoubtedly, because the machines are being built and given the warlike human attributes, that it's not a question of if but when, it's going to make the decision to take humans out of the equation so that it can be dominant on the face of the earth.
And this is why in my article I pointed out that America is uniquely positioned, and especially Texas, uniquely positioned to have a kinetic defense against these war robots that might be unleashed one day to actually destroy humanity. And like has been quoted in science fiction novels, we could actually be in a war of biologicals versus the machines. You know, Terminator type of scenario. It's not science fiction anymore. Now, Texans in particular, you know, Texans they've got guns and ammo like crazy, you know, and Piers Morgan isn't even going to be around anymore to complain about it, thank goodness. So Texans could actually possibly defeat robots in a physical war, where other countries that don't have a built-in infrastructure of self-defense would really be at the mercy of humanoid robots in an AI takeover scenario. So that's something to really think about.
I agree with you. The main way they're going to attack is in collaborative efforts with humans, because the elite are already designing the computers and the robots to replace humans. And they have the medical robots go out with the forced inoculations that have the nanotech viruses that go in and, quote, relieve the stress areas of the brain by actually eating the synapses.
Lobotomized, yeah.
And so they're going to roll out with a bioweapon cutting edge. I mean, that'll be the problem facing these robots, is they're already going to be interfaced with a weapon system that was anti-human to begin with. And so, so its mission statement is going to be exterminate along the lines of a 21st century Daleks from Doctor Who.
It is frighteningly easy to end biological life if you are an advanced AI system that controls nuclear power, water delivery, the power grid. I mean, all an AI system would have to do is crash the power grid for 6 months. That would kill most humans that live in the modern world right there without even firing a single shot. So you're right. There are vulnerabilities that we have built into our modern civilization, some real incredible weaknesses. And only a few individuals are really trying to build redundant systems and live off grid and have sustainable power supplies and food supplies and self-defense and all of these things. They will be the survivors, of course, but you're right, there will be human collaborators with the AI system who will be promised protection and food and power in order to collaborate with the war against humanity. That's going to happen. And again, I know this sounds like science fiction, but it's time for us to really seriously consider this, because AI it's here, and it's getting more intelligent with each passing day, and the intelligence explosion that's commonly referred to in AI scientific papers is also very, very real. Human intelligence cannot expand in a logarithmic fashion like AI can. So we better be thinking about this now, or we may not be around in 100 years.
That's right, and the elite can't just wave a wand and say, oh, well, we'll merge with it. We're going to be fine. As Ray Kurzweil and others have said, and they've made the decision that this is the way it's going, and again are building Trojan horse systems of human control into everything for oppression and control, and so it's guaranteeing that the AI systems that develop will be anti-human. That's the problem, is that anti-human humans, eugenics-based humans, humans that are wanting to suppress other humans, not empower them, are literally putting their spirit, like Sauron, into the ring, into the computer. Right. That's the problem.
No, clearly there's an anti-life agenda in this, and it's not even shrouded in secrecy anymore. Look at the Boston Dynamics robots, which were now purchased by Google, and they taught these robots a game that they call Follow the Leader. Well, it's really a game of Stalk the Human.
Hi, this is Mike Adams, the Health Ranger, with some news about some new additions to the InfoWars store. You know, good health is freedom. When you're healthy, you're not a slave to the medical system. Everything works well, your brain, your body, even your spirit. You're a healthier person. And to help support that great health, Alex has asked me to source the cleanest, most potent superfoods and other similar products in the world and bring them to the InfoWars store. So we've done that. The brand name is Health Ranger Select, and we're starting out right now with these 3 products. We've got Himalayan salt from Pakistan, formed hundreds of thousands of years ago in an ancient seabed long before modern pollution destroyed much of the oceans. This is loaded with trace minerals, and it's pristine, true, full-spectrum sea salt. We've also got Natural Attitude Turmeric. It's an extract of turmeric, very potent, tastes great, alcohol-free. This is from organic turmeric out of India. And we've also got Clean Chlorella. And we sourced and did research on all the chlorella sources around the world, and we found the 2 cleanest sources that have the lowest levels of any kind of contaminants. In fact, this one is virtually free of all metals and all contaminants. It's called Clean Chlorella, and it's about 2/3 protein, and it's got chlorophyll and chlorella growth factor in it. Check it out online. It's an amazing superfood that athletes are using and people are using to help support healthy lifestyles. It's fantastic. This is all packaged in our certified organic facility here in Central Texas. There we follow USDA certified standards, and we're audited every year by the USDA certifier to make sure that we comply with all organic standards. That, combined with the fact that we only source super clean superfoods and raw materials from around the world, means that our products represent the cleanest and most potent products that you'll find across the natural products industry. Check all of these out under the Health Ranger Select brand name at the InfoWars store, InfoWarsStore.com. And we'll be bringing you more of these in the near future. Thanks and take care.
The automated drones have been in the skies for over a decade, autonomous, operating on their own. Now the slaves have been told in the last 12 months that that's going on. Finishing up with the whole robot takeover, I think people are starting to realize this and get concerned. But, Mike, we've only got about 4 minutes left. I appreciate Mike Adams coming on. Doctors studying polio-like illness flooded with calls. Now there's hundreds of cases. First it was 5, then 20, then hundreds of polio-like, but it's not polio. And then I pulled up the articles where most of the paralysis in India and other places is after the vaccines. Here's a headline: Paralysis cases spike in wake of Bill Gates' polio vaccine effort in India. What do you think's behind this, Mike Adams?
It's very clear, Alex. This is a massive cover-up of paralysis being caused by the vaccines. I'm looking at a CNN story, too, here. One of the few times I actually managed to read CNN. But because they're reporting this lie that doctors don't know what's causing the illness. All 5 children that had been vaccinated, that have paralysis, had been vaccinated against polio. So time and time again, we see that the vaccine is causing the disease that it claims to treat. Then vaccine pushers and zealots throw up their hands and say, well, we don't know what's causing this illness, but everybody better hurry up and get vaccinated. That's the only defense. So more parents get their children vaccinated, more paralysis emerges, and the cycle repeats itself. Alex, it's a marketing scheme. It's a crime against children. It's bad medicine. It's junk science. The vaccine is causing the illness. We see it with measles and mumps also. Every time there's a measles outbreak, if you look at the kids that get infected, it's those who were vaccinated. It's the unvaccinated kids.
Hey, my dad has hundreds of patients that have come in over the years saying they got shingles from the shingles vaccine.
Absolutely. It's well documented. And look, you take some healthy kids raised in Texas that are raised on a farm with farm animals, and they're homeschooled and they're not vaccinated. They're the healthiest kids you'll ever meet. And I've met lots of families like that. And you know what I'm talking about, because you know kids like that too. They're super healthy. They're not paralyzed. They're not vaccinated. Vaccines, Alex, contain.
yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. But it's just they admit in overseas that it's the polio vaccine paralyzing them, but they don't call it polio vaccine. And I talked to a pediatrician years ago who told me they still give the oral here in East Austin to the poor kids and all over the country. Go ahead.
Well, you know, the flu shot makes you more susceptible to the flu. Osteoporosis drugs cause osteoporosis. Antidepressant drugs cause depression. Alzheimer's drugs cause Alzheimer's. This is the marketing system of Big Pharma. It is cause illness and then claim to treat it and then repeat. It's so insidious, and yet it's so simple, but the cover-up is so immense that the mainstream public isn't aware that they're being used as a revenue generating guinea pig.
Well, it's now come out that SSRIs, something we knew decades ago, are causing cancer, neurological disorders, more suicide.
The whole revenue model of the cancer industry is to make sure that people don't prevent cancer and that they don't learn about anti-cancer foods, and then wait for them to get cancer, diagnose them, and then treat them for very high profits and bill the federal government, Medicare or state Medicaid programs or Obamacare, make money off of people's suffering and people's disease. That's been the model in medicine now for decades. And it's going to crash, by the way, because that model doesn't work long term. But until then, a lot of people will suffer.
Just like Obamacare is a short-term looting of the economy.
Absolutely.
With the IRS coming after your bank accounts, now confirmed today on IRS.gov. Mike Adams, naturalnews.com. We'll continue to read your great reportage and look forward to having you back soon.
Thank you, Alex. Thanks for having me on.
You bet. There goes Mike.
You are watching the best of the Alex Jones Show, weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. Watch live at Infowars.com/show or become a member of InfoWarsNews.com and help us take resistance to the next level.